Hey everybody, thanks for watching my week 6 video presentation on conflict mitigation on projects. In the event that one party does not meet the intent of the written contract, that contract becomes breach and damages and/or assessments may be owed to the other contract party. The basic contract states that parties who enter into a legal binding agreement must keep within the terms of the contract agreement. In other words, you need to do what you say you're going to do at the onset of the contract. Some of the following may be considered a breach of contract obligations. The lessee fails to pay the lease in an enforceable lease agreement. The lessee uses the leaseur's trademark for purposes outside the agreed upon use in a complex contract. Some typical damages and remedies for a breach contract are as follows. There are many ways to remedy a breach contract assuming it has not been waived in the contract documents. Typically, the remedy for breach contracts is an award of money damages. This is normally a common law remedy. It should be at the onset be noted that damages are not meant as a form of punishment, and they should not allow the party to whom they are awarding to profit or to achieve better results than was performed. Some examples of damages may be the following: the contract cancellation altogether, liquidated damages, equitable performance remedies. For example, on civil contracts could be rework and reconstruction. A complex license agreement defined. A complex license agreement is a legal contract between multiple or single companies known as a lessor and lessee. In a typical complex license agreement, according to Widow 2018, the lessor grants the lessee the right to produce and sell goods, supply a brand name or trademark, or use patented technology owned by the lessor. In exchange, the lessee usually submits a series of conditions regarding the use of the lessor's property and agrees to make payments known as royalties. Some examples may be a joint venture or IT or an IP license. The contracting process. There are several high-level steps that comprise the framework of obtaining goods and services required to complete a project. These steps include specific actions that take place in each process of the contract and are definable and must take place before the next step of the contracting process can move forward. First, the project procurement plan. This plan will outline how the project team will plan, execute, monitor, and control and close out all procurements associated with the project. The make or break analysis, used to determine whether a particular product or service is required for completion of the project, must be made in-house at a greater cost with greater control over the product or services, or bought via outsourcing at a lower cost but also lesser control. The procurement documents allows the project team to communicate with prospective bidders to discuss the project procurement requirements. These documents include a description of the desired form of response, the procurement statement of work, and any contractual requirements required by the project team. Some examples of these procurement documents are requests for proposals, requests for quotes, invitation for bids, and RFIs, or requests for information. The source selection criteria utilized by the project team to rate and score vendors, suppliers, contractor responses for requests for proposals or any other of the contract documents. This criteria allows the project team to select only those firms that at a minimum meet the procurement standards and have been identified that will ensure success of the project. In conclusion, the contracting process is a very complex and organizations have learned from past mistakes that both financially and politically that joint ventures, working relationships, and other forms of work for hire is a very risky business and are required to be in place to rectify, manage, and ensure success of these relationships. As a project's complexity increases in meeting the needs of the customer, the manner and method in which the organization manages its relationship with suppliers and vendors becomes magnified. The contracting process provides a vehicle in which organizations manage these relationships and ensure success of their projects. Again, thanks for watching my video this week, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks and goodbye.